I'll kick off the question and answer period by asking a couple of questions to our panelists. And if you have a question, please line up behind the microphone, and we'll get to you when I've asked these few questions. And this is for Filip. Filip, while I was researching the tourism possibilities in Macedonia, I came across many modern-day cultural festivals in Macedonia. For example, Ohrid Summer Festival, Skopje Jazz Festival, Struga Poetry Festival, the Galichnik Wedding, and of course the Manaki Film Festival. We have to get a plug-in for film festivals. In Bitola, to name a few. When you're talking about cultural heritage. Actually, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Toronto has many cultural festivals, and they bring in a lot of tourist dollars. We have Caravana, we have Toronto International Film Festival. Do you know if there are any cultural events, modern-day cultural events, that are being promoted?
That's
Sorry.
That's maybe I should. That's a very good question, and I would say that many of these festivals are not very well promoted abroad, but that's something that we are working on. They are a very important part of our tourism product, of the experience of every foreign tourist that comes to Macedonia. And so far, we have received a lot of attention from foreign tourists for events like the Galichnik Wedding, for example, and the Ohrid Summer Festival. Most of them learn from word of mouth. I have not known of someone that has visited one of these events, foreigner, that wasn't thrilled and surprised and happy to tell to other people to visit themselves. So definitely we will be incorporating them into our product. That's something that I referred to in my presentation as a growing number of tourism-related service providers that are out there filling the gap, ready to package Macedonia as an experience together and promote it to foreign tourists. We as a government are there to help, and certainly public-private partnership is the right way to do this in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Belinda, question.
Surprise, surprise, my question is about the archaeological sites. Probably to Filip, my friends in archaeology, we have this thing called the Lonely Planet test. And basically what that is talking about archaeological sites that have easy access, can be accessed by others that don't speak the country's language, etc. And in my own experiences when I've been to Macedonia and to these sites, especially like Heraklion that you mentioned, it's quite difficult, it's inaccessible. Normally, if you go one day, the person that greets you charges you a different entrance fee as the person the next day. So I guess my question to you is the government, or is there some sort of funding or investment in these archaeological sites in Macedonia that passes my Lonely Planet test?
That's a very good question. Since 2 years ago, Macedonia has established an agency for tourism promotion, and one of the activities of this agency is to work with the cultural heritage institutions in Macedonia into providing better service, improving the accessibility to the archaeological sites, and delivering on the promise of one of the commercials that you saw, and that focuses on archaeology in Macedonia. So things are improving. There are projects in place to address these concerns, and I think that we will see some very positive results very, very soon. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is either for Filip or Vladimir, but air travel. For a while, there was a direct flight from London into Skopje. That stopped, I think, it was 99 or 2001. there any moves, anybody know about anything to get a direct flight from London, Frankfurt, one of those cities, direct to Skopje so that I don't have to take 2 planes once I get to the continent? And also Brussels, if there's any possibility of direct flights from Skopje to Brussels.
It's really important.
Jason, thank you so much for the question. I have good news and bad news. In the last 2 or 3 years, most airlines that fly to Europe have gone bankrupt. Austrian Airlines went bankrupt, Lufthansa bought them. Malev doesn't fly to Budapest directly. Czech Airlines doesn't fly to Prague directly. Olympic Airways went bankrupt. So what's happening is the consolidation is the American airlines are taking over those markets. Instead of Malev going to Budapest, you take American Airlines now to Zurich and Budapest. You got to do the 2 stops. Delta goes to Budapest. So from what I've seen, my experience is if you go to Zagreb, Belgrade or Sofia, you get very inexpensive tickets. Lots of competition, and you have the flights from Brussels, from Frankfurt, from London, not to Skopje. Skopje, Sarajevo, Podgorica, it's very tough, very difficult. Thessaloniki and Tirana, they're pretty much the same as Skopje. So on my end, we depend on the airlines. Whatever the airlines give me as inventory, I sell it. Since Lufthansa bought Austrian Airlines, they raised the ticket $1,000 from last year. It was $1,300 to Skopje, now it's $2,300. So thanks to our Turkish friends, Turkish Airlines has a very good connections with 1 stop, and you get a free hotel in Istanbul on the way back. So that's a good, very good thing. We do sell the regional carriers like Yacht and Croatia Airways, but you have to do 2 stops. So basically I tell my customers, if you want to have 1 stop, you have to pay expensive, very high price. If you want to do the 2 stops, you got to wait a long time in the airports. You sacrifice the waiting time for saving $200, $300, $400, $500. What's the future? I'm very skeptical about what's going to happen. And Filip knows we need the numbers of US citizens entering Macedonia. We need the numbers of Canadian citizens or European Union citizens. And last year, I believe Skopje had a total of 680,000 landings or customers who landed. So if, let's say, Prime Minister Gruevski goes 20 times to Brussels and back, he counts as 20 people. Or Filip and I, we go a couple of times per year or 10 times. But to increase the number of passengers, it's hard. Everybody wants the low-cost airlines, EasyJet, Ryanair, Wizz Air to go there, but they would only go if they have the incentive. It's all a trickle-down effect. If we have the economy going good, we have business people going, we have tourists, we have the diaspora. If they make money here, they can go spend it on home, build a house or do an investment. So what's going to happen in 2010, 2011? People have approached me about charter flights. There have been some efforts for charter flights from Canada directly to Skopje. Sometimes he has to stop somewhere to refuel. It's difficult. It's possible for the summer, but not all year round. We'll keep trying. That's the best I can say. So, more Filip.